What is the mission of the Jewish people? What is our core mission and purpose on God's earth? And the truth is that Hashem says very clearly, He tells the first Jew, Avraham, in this week's Parsha, what the ultimate mission of the Jewish people is. He says to him, Lech, Lecha, and go to the land. He says, let me tell you your mission. He says to him as follows. He says, I'll make you into a great people. And I'll bless you. I'll bless you. And I'll make you great. And here is your mission. A word which appears 5 times in these 2 psukim. And Rav Hirsch says the next 2 words are the core of the mission. Hashem says to Avraham, Ve'hei bracha, be a source of blessing to others. As the pasuk expounds, the next pasuk it says, V'nivruchu b'cha, kol mishpachot Adamah, and through you, all nations of the earth will be blessed. You and your progeny, the Jewish people, this great nation that will come from you, their mission is to be a source of blessing to others. And this is counterintuitive, says Rav Hirsch. It's not the way of nations. The way of nations and governments is to look after their own, to have responsibility to their citizens and civilians, to make sure that they are the recipients of blessing, of health and of wealth and of all the bounty that comes with running a country the way it's supposed to be. Other nations should be the recipients of blessing. You will be the recipients of God's blessing, but in turn have to be you have to take responsibility in being a source of blessing, not only as a society and a people, but indeed to all the nations of the world. So much so that Rashi points out that the mission of individual Jews, communities, all of us, he points out in the words of that he says that there should be such a kiddush Hashem that a person should turn around and say to their child, Hey Avraham, you should be like Avraham, you should be like Abraham and the Jewish people, because they're such a source of light and blessing in the world. That is our mission. What a responsibility for individual Jews, for Jewish communities, and for the largest Jewish community, the nation state of Israel, building this incredible society together, to be a source of blessing to ourselves and to all. I was reading recently the incredible fact that Israel has the second most amount of medical research companies in the world, second to the United States. Just 8 or so million people in Israel, 8-9 million people, this tiny little country, and it has the second most amount of medical research companies in the world. There are about 100 new medical research companies every single year which are innovated and initiated. And so many of them, as we know, as we speak, dedicating themselves to find solutions to the pandemic in so many different ways. Ve'yeh bracha. The purpose of this people is not only to look after its own, which first and foremost it should. It's their first responsibility, but by no means their last. Hashem says, I will bless you. But in turn, when you are blessed, you have to be a source of blessing to others. And may each individual, all our communities around the world, and of course, this tremendous exercise of innovation, the state of Israel that we're so privileged to live through, be an ongoing source of blessing and light to others. Shabbat Shalom.